Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at Gala, seeing what's going on. We're going to double check a few key factors here, make sure we understand, generally speaking, what's happening next here, of course. The hourly time frame looks interesting. We're going to have to draw out some new fibs as well, kind of see roughly what's going on. So once again, if you're new to the channel, I love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below, where we, basically I've got a trading academy, community, and signals group. Is a really awesome experience. We took some healthy profits from Avalanche and SEI, if I'm not mistaken. That was more recent. SEI was 3 hours, 37%, and then of course AVAX we held throughout the weekend, 45% in 3 days. So again, different strokes for different folks. Litecoin 115% in a month and a half. Again, swing trades are swing trades, folks. They may not hit right away, but our success rate is extremely high. 100% success last month, and we're so far at about 90% this month. So with Gala, what we want to look at is the backend data first. This is kind of all over the place. This last 12 hours, we're going to zoom out to the 7-day time frame and look at what the liquidation levels look like here. Because there are some heavy concentrations in certain areas we want to be mindful of. So let's double check that. So the way the chart's looking here right now, we can see a heavy concentration about 9 cents even. I'm going to round up a little bit, between 9 and 9.4. And then down below as well, right there at about 64, down as low as 60 cents. Okay? So we're kind of right in the middle of that range. We did have one last little lower liquidity sweep here at about 7.1. We can see a heavy concentration there just got swept. So there's a decent chance, having lost that, the price could continue lower, or a lot of times too, when you sweep those lower liquidity levels, the price will ramp back up after it's swept that lower level. There's like a chart referred to as a power of 3, and the price action can essentially do that. So if we take a look here at the daily time frame, let's verify that here really quick, kind of see what's going on and kind of go from there. Quickly to note here, with the moving average, we can double check we're obviously in great shape. Okay, so daily time frame has no reason to consider, there's no consideration for shorts, I would say, even though the price will likely continue lower, just based on the overall sense. We're not getting a lot of bearish signs on the daily. Okay, so please understand that. We can see, of course, the RSI pulling back, but still above 70. That's a bullish sign. Money flow index extremely high. Stochastic swinging up. Okay, there's zero reasons to consider a short based on what we see here. Does that mean that a short is not viable? No, it just implies right now on the daily we can confirm that we're truly bullish. But that happens a lot when you have the price being so overextended. Okay, so it's almost as if it's not really worthwhile to look at the daily time frames in a lot of cases. It's good to confirm the price is moving up, but it's not good to confirm, that the price will continue, because obviously we've seen a pretty significant pullback here. Top to bottom, so far in the last 24 hours, we've seen about a 20% correction. Having said all that, we can see MACD is starting to diverge on the 4-hour. This is not a good sign, it's mostly a bearish sign. Stochastic RSI is still swinging down. We lost 70 on the RSI, and money flow index is pulling back. Okay, so those are all signs the price action should continue lower. Now, is it a guarantee? No, it just implies that we're likely to continue. Now, when will that stop? Well, once the 20-day SMA is reached, that's when the price action typically will try to check itself. And that's a good consideration to look into, because when you look at the 20-day SMA, you can confirm that that is a good sign that the price action should be either above or below that. We're still above, so we're still quote-unquote bullish, all right? So again, the overall trend is up. The initial trend seems to be going down. Let's look at the hourly and confirm a couple things here too. So we take a look at the Ichimoku Cloud. We can confirm the lagging span is intersecting with the price action. Conversion lines below the baseline. Those are two bearish signs. That implies that you probably should have taken some profit by now. And if you hadn't already, then you're probably doing it wrong, honestly, because you got to adjust your stop loss higher as the profit continues to increase. Okay. That being said, it's no fault of your own if you are in a position where you're in the red, so to speak, or you didn't take profits. That would be obviously something you want to kind of work on. But the truth is here, we're well above the cloud here. So that's kind of a confirming factor, letting us know that a short position might be a little bit more risky, but it's also, I'm leaning more towards a short position being viable. Okay. Mainly because, again, when the lagging span intersects with the price action, you got to close that window and you got this significant momentum shift. We're also establishing lower lows and lower highs. There's a solid chance the price is going to continue lower. Now, when will it stop? It's hard to say specifically, because we do have somewhat of a flag pattern here sort of forming. I wouldn't say it's perfect by any stretch. It's more of a pennant, so to speak, or a descending wedge type of channel. But the truth here is that there's so much information here conflicting that it's not really worth taking a trade. I may consider a short position if we cannot close above this 0.236 fib level today at about 7.4, mainly because that's somewhat of a support level. We saw the price try to hold there for a while, come back up for a bearish retest. There's a decent chance the price will continue lower. Okay. So again, Gala has a tendency of doing this type of behavior. Well, it'll shoot up pretty strong, and it'll inevitably bleed out. So again, we just want to pay attention to the volume. Volume is overall dissipating. We're having trouble staying above this moving average here. So it leads me to believe we're probably going to see the price continue to drop. Okay. Again, now, is that going to drop for a long time? Probably not. We have a lot of supporting factors in the 4-hour time frame, letting us know that we have some moving averages that the price action could pivot off of, right? We could also see, of course, on the daily too, what we saw earlier with specific key levels, and just the simple fact that retracement is inevitable, right? We do see a retracement. Again, 6 to 5.3 cents is a possible reality for us. Okay, I just think we got to kind of get on board with that idea. Now, if we take a look at larger time frames, just to clarify, let's go ahead and pull this out. I forgot to do this. Sorry. We got to go ahead and take a weekly closure, pull it out. That weekly closure is right there at 6 cents even. Okay, so to me, that 0.5 fib level seems like an appropriate target, just based on the fact that we have previous support levels that haven't been retested yet. And we can also see here too, let's double check this guy. This is another support, okay, right there at about 7 cents even. So you see how consistent these are? 6 and 7 cents are like heavy points of retracement. So if the price can hold 7 cents even, then I think we're going to probably be able to see a continuation of the upside, right? The overall trend is still up. However, the price action is more likely to continue lower to 0.5, 0.6 being overextended as it is. It would make sense to see somewhere in the 6 to 5.5 cent range too. Okay? So is a short to that level viable? Not just yet, but we're getting close. That's kind of where I see it here. Okay. So truth is, this is not a great situation. I would say again, just adjust your stop loss higher. Honestly, if you're in profit, what the heck is wrong with taking profit? I don't understand the reason why everybody gets so stinking greedy. They have to hold for 6 months to get 1,000x return. Like, come on. I don't know. I get it. Maybe 1 or 2. Don't get me wrong. But if you are over leveraged right now and you're concerned about liquidation, you probably shouldn't be doing that. You should never be concerned with your trades if you're doing it correctly. We don't worry about our trades in our community because we trade with confirmation. Okay. This is what confirmation looks like, by the way. Last month, 100% accuracy, 2,200% return. Okay. And as you can see, most of these are longs, not shorts. Right. The profit margin on longs is much higher. So just bear that in mind. Either way, I wouldn't recommend a long just yet. I think that we have more retracement for Gala in the near future. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you reference Bitunix, Phenomenal Exchange, trade Gala over there as well. $5,500 in benefit rewards. Use my link to register. They are an awesome exchange. They're adding a lot of trading pairs, but mainly we use them because there's no KYC or VPN required. Be sure to check them out. They're fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.